Yeah, very good morning, my dear friends. Sir, good morning, sir. Right, come on. So we are done with discussion about some interesting basic concepts of GST, but we still have some more interesting concepts in that basics. We'll complete that. Then we'll start discussion about next beautiful topic known as supply. And very soon I'll give you a material, hardly another 1-2 days, I'll give a material which contains various problems which we will solve in the classroom only, so that we'll become perfect in that understanding. Because conceptually, how much ever we understand, it is important that you put on paper and do it. If you just listen and go, nothing will come. That is the reason why yesterday also we solved one question. Today also I'll give you some questions which you have to solve. Okay? Are you ready? Very good. And some students are directly giving final answer, telling this is the answer. But for example, yesterday's question, if you write total answer in the exam, marks will not come. You have to break up between CGST and SGST. That's very important. Don't write total answer. Clear, no? Good. Which country is the first country to introduce GST? France. Which year? 1954. India adopted GST when? 2017, 1st of July. And we did not copy France model, we copied Canada model. That is technically called dual GST model, where central and state together will levy and collect the tax. And in GST law, we don't use the word purchase and sale, providing, rendering. Only one word is supply. That's it. And in that there are two types of supply known as intrastate supply, intrastate supply. And to decide whether intrastate or intrastate, will decide based on two parameters: location of supplier, place of supply. And if location of supplier, place of supply both are in same state, we call it as intrastate supply. But if location of supplier, place of supply are in different state, we call it as intrastate supply. And if the transaction is intrastate supply, we will charge CGST and SGST. And if intrastate supply, we will charge IGST. Clear with that point? Intrastate CGST and SGST. Intrastate IGST. Clear, no? And CGST, SGST amount, CGST amount central government will take, SGST amount state government will take. But when we talk about the IGST amount, IGST is taken by central government and then shared with the state government. And which state they logically share is the consumption based state. The reason, because GST is a destination based consumption tax. The tax will go to that state where goods or services are consumed. Tax will go to that state where goods or services are consumed. So automatically what will happen? So wherever is a consumption state, that state money will go. In fact, that is the reason why some states have lost revenue because of GST. For that reason, they introduced GST compensation cess, which is levied on some products like tobacco, then aerated waters, motor car and all. And that amount is being used to compensate the states who have lost revenue because of GST. Are we clear with all these points? Good. Now, even though GST law promotes seamless free flow of credit, there is still some restriction or manner in which credit is to be utilized. Come on, input IGST. First for output IGST, then for output CGST or SGST. Any order? Any manner, exactly. Then input CGST. First output CGST, then output IGST, then input SGST. Output SGST, then output IGST. An interesting point is most user friendly is IGST. But one point to be noted is that CGST, SGST credit to be utilized only after IGST credit is fully exhausted. So first you have to completely use your IGST credit, then only touch CGST, SGST credit. That point is clear, no? And one important thumb rule principle: CGST credit cannot be used for SGST, SGST credit cannot be used for CGST. That is always a thumb rule principle. We discussed it already, sir? Friends, speak out. Good. What are the central level taxes which are subsumed under GST? Service tax, excise duty, CST, CVD and special CVD. Remember that CVD, special CVD? So my dear friends, let me tell you, prior to GST, when we were importing goods, we used to pay BCD, CVD, special CVD. But now what we are paying is only BCD plus IGST. Obviously IGST because it is an intrastate supply. If it is intrastate only, we will charge CGST, SGST. Once it is intrastate, we will charge IGST. Clear with that point? Everybody? Good. Let's proceed. Without any delay, let's start the next discussion. Are we ready, sir? Everyone? Good. Sir, as we all are aware, in India, the GST model what we adopted is a dual GST model. That is, center and state together will levy and collect the tax. Both of them have been given equal power to levy and collect the tax. Agreed, my dear friends? Both of them together will levy and collect the tax. There is nothing saying that only center has power, only state has power. Both of them have got equal power. And to bring that equal power concept, they had to amend the constitution also. For that, they brought Constitution 122nd Amendment Bill, which became Constitution 101st Amendment Act. One multiple choice question may come. Remember that. It is 101st. And GST definition also we discussed. Article 366, 12A. Hello? I taught you. Please give some proper reactions. Some friends, you told to us, seriously? Yes. What is GST definition? GST is a tax on supply of all goods or services or both, except alcoholic liquor for human consumption. How many petrol products are kept outside GST? Excellent, 1 mark given. Petroleum, crude, high-speed diesel, motor spirit, natural gas, aviation, turbine fuel. Which of these product is not outside GST? Option A, petroleum crude. Option B, kerosene. Option C, high-speed diesel. Option D, aviation, turbine fuel. Option B? Sure? Very good. And sometimes some students have a problem. What they think is, whenever any option there is a language called all of the above, none of the above. They think this is only correct answer. Don't do that. No trial and error system. Okay, friends? Done. Let's start. So when we told that GST is a dual GST model, we have framed an interesting council known as Gst Council. So practically you would have seen so many times in newspaper, TV, everywhere, that 5% became 12%, 12% became 18%, 18 became 28, 28 became 5. Lot of time rates keep changing, sir. Now why do you think government changed the rates? Why? To increase the product rate. That is businessman problem, not government problem. So government will never question price of the product what we fix. For example, when we go to one hotel, 20 rupees we pay, 2 idlis will come. Some hotel we pay 60 rupees, 2 idlis will come. Can you go and tell outside 20, why 60? He will tell, go there and eat. Correct? No, not product is a question. Government keeps reducing or increasing the GST rate based on the requirement which is there in that market. And for, not for demand and supply, but for promotion of the product. For example, sir, if the rate of 18 has become 5, what will happen? Automatically the price should fall. Just speak out. In this context, I'll give a small example. Very interesting case. You listen, sir. Very practical concept. Listen, no? Sir, originally when GST has come, I repeat, originally when GST has come, restaurant GST rate was actually 12%. Originally, when GST has come. Subsequently, this 12% rate was changed to 5%, which is there right now. You all know that when we go to restaurant, they will charge 2.5% and 2.5%. Correct only, no? We know this, right? Now listen, important. Sir, there is one coffee shop. Okay? When the rate was 12%, price of coffee was 100 rupees, 12 rupees GST, 112. And when the rate became 5%, what he has done is 107, 5, 12, 112. Example. Just an example, don't exactly calculate. Okay, friends? Now tell me, actually speaking, why did government reduce 12% rate to 5%? For businessman benefits? For whose benefit government reduced the rate? Customer guys, sir, consumer. Let's not use the word customer, we'll use the word consumer. Ultimately, government reduces GST rate only for the benefit of end consumer, so that for the end consumer, the price will come down. He can afford the product more happily and comfortably. That is the only reason why they reduce the prices. But here, what did this coffee shop fellow do? What was he selling at 112? After reducing 12% to 5% also, he is selling at 112 only. Telling my product price is 107, 5% is GST, total is 112. Strictly speaking, when the rate has come down, did benefit come to consumer? Who is enjoying that benefit? Businessman. He is pocketing that reduction in rate. For that purpose, my dear friends, they formed one fantastic committee known as Anti-Profiteering Committee. It is not anti, it is anti. Yeah? Anti-Profiteering Committee. Come on, what is that language, my dear friends? Aim committee, sir? Anti-Profiteering Committee. Bolo beta, kya committee hai? Anti-Profiteering Committee. This committee, this particular committee, Anti-Profiteering Committee, they will regulate and check whether reduction in rate of GST is passed to consumers or not. And by any chance, if it is not passed to the consumers, then finish. They'll impose penalty on them. And practically there are big companies which are being caught. Don't think, sir, who will check all this? They are checking. We know one company called Hindustan Unilever. They were being caught for more than 700 crores. They manufacture all these Pantene shampoos and all. So rate of GST came down, but the product price did not come down. You're getting my point? Everybody. Next one interesting case I'll tell you. You know this company called Johnson & Johnson, they manufacture different products. They also manufacture diapers. Sorry? Baby products. One time what happened? The diaper GST rate has come down. When the diaper GST rate has come down, the rate of the diaper also should come down, no? They did not reduce. I mean, it's not about diaper, but the whole point is all about the rate of GST being reduced, end benefit should come to consumer. Sir, they did not reduce GST for the profit of businessman. They reduce GST for the benefit of consumer. If that is not happening, this committee will come into picture. What is our committee name? Sir, name only says Anti-Profiteering Committee. We don't want you to make profit because of reduction in rate. The profit should come to the end consumer, not to the businessman. I think fair enough? Make sense also? Everyone please speak out. What committee is this? Anti-Profiteering Committee. Did you write this point? Please write down, very important. Yeah? I'll tell 2 points, write down. Number 1. Objectives of Anti-Profiteering Committee. Objectives of Anti-Profiteering Committee. Objectives of Anti-Profiteering Committee is to ensure that reduction in GST rate, is to ensure that benefit on account of, benefit on account of reduction in GST rate has been passed on. Benefit on account of reduction in GST rate has been passed on to the end consumer. Benefit on account of reduction in GST rate has been passed on to the end consumer. Are you getting clarity on this point? So what are the objectives, sir? Reduction in GST rate should be passed on to the end consumer. Businessman should not make profit out of it. Are we clear? Everybody? Right. Going back. Now see, we were talking about somebody called Gst Council. Sir, what is the Gst Council? In fact, my dear friends, any decision, I repeat, any decision or any change in GST, any decision, for that matter, any change in GST is done by central government on the recommendations of Gst Council. Gst Council should suggest that yes, this is good, yes, this is bad, no, don't do this. All that recommendations are made by Gst Council. Now question is, who are there in Gst Council? Any idea? Gst Council, what they told is, from center side, there are 2 members. Number 1, Union Finance Minister. Who is the present Union Finance Minister? Arun Jaitley. Nirmala Sitharaman. Wonderful. Thank you very much. So, from center side, there are two members. Number one, Union Finance Minister. Number two, his title is like this: Minister of State for Finance. Sir, is somebody like Deputy Finance Minister. He is somebody like a Deputy Finance Minister, but his title is Minister of State for Finance. Just because there is a word state, don't think that he is a state level person. He is a central level person only. He is a member of parliament only. He is a central level person only. But his title is Minister of State for Finance. So getting clarity? Come on. From center side, how many members are there? Two members. Who is the first one? Union Finance Minister. Second one? Minister of State from Finance. And from state side, we have got every state. Any idea? No, sir. Every state representative, not necessarily finance minister, either finance minister, chief minister, or any minister, but from state side, one representative will come from all the states in India. Are we clear, friends? This is the combination of GST Council. Now listen to an interesting concept. Very clearly listen. Very important. This Union Finance Minister will act as the chairman for GST Council. I repeat, this Union Finance Minister will act as chairman for GST Council. And other side, from all the states, one representative has come. So from every state, one representative has come. What they told is, one of them will act as vice chairman. Come on, friends. Who is the chairman of GST Council? Union Finance Minister. And who will act as vice chairman? One of the state representative will act as vice chairman. So how they will elect all states together, they will decide which person will act as vice chairman. As simple as that. So getting clarity, everybody? Speaker friends. Now some very, very important two lines I'll write. Listen very clearly, boss. Point number one. Center has weight of 1/3 weighted vote. So listen, first listen 2 minutes. This is a very interesting concept. Listen carefully. Center has weight of what? 1/3 weighted vote. All states together have 2/3 weighted vote. Listen, first listen, I'll give time to write. First listen this point. Center, 2 members are there. Union Finance Minister, Minister of State for Finance. Those two together have got how much weight? 1/3. That means if they two tell yes, 33.33% is done. 1/3 means 33.33 only, no? And all states together, they have got a weight of 2/3. That means what? 66.67%. But now one beautiful point I'll write, which is the most important concept. That is, to pass a resolution. What is the resolution? No. Don't tell special, ordinary and all. I'm asking only what is resolution. Resolution is something like a decision being taken. To pass any decision. Listen, this is a beautiful point actually. There must be 3/4 majority. Now what is the beauty of this point? Listen carefully, sir. Center alone tells yes, done. How much percent is over? So when I'm telling center tells yes, that means what? For some decision in GST, for example, we want to change the GST rate, or we want to increase the registration limit, we want to talk about utilization of input tax credit. Any change in GST is done by central government on the recommendations of GST Council. So for that particular change, central told yes, 33.33 is done. Imagine central told no. But all states together told yes, let's bring it. How much percent it is? 66.67. But to pass that decision, how much percent is required? 75%. So what you have to understand is, center alone or state alone cannot take any decision. They cannot pick anything. You understood? So for any decision to be taken, or for any resolution to be passed, center and state should join the hands together. They both independently cannot take any decision. Very good concept, no? Actually very good concept, because we always told so many times dual GST model, dual GST model, dual GST model. When so much overaction we are doing dual GST model, power should be given equally for center and state. That's what they have done. Clear, friends? But one line I'll write here. Listen. Quorum. What is quorum? For? Good. Some friends are telling, some friends are saying here and there, as if they are nowhere related to our class. What is quorum? Quorum means minimum number of members to be present to make the meeting valid. Friends, correct, right? Yes, sir, if you go to a theater, you want to watch one movie, first day, first show, but nobody has come to the movie, you are alone. Do you think they'll run the show for you? They'll tell how much ever you pay, double will pay, go. Because AC cost or other cost, running cost is more than ticket what they got. Understood? Straight simple answer. So minimum number of members to make the meeting valid. They told quorum is half of total members. So out of the total number of members from center and state, at least if half of them come for the meeting, I repeat, out of total number of members, at least if half of them come for the meeting, then the meeting is valid. That's it. Getting clarity? Speak out. Let's take a small example to understand this perfectly, then we can write down. Listen. For some decision, okay, for some matter, center told yes, okay, states 24 attended. How many attended? 18 told yes. You got what I am writing? 24 state representatives came for a meeting. When 24 representatives have come, center also has come, quorum is present, meeting is valid. Sir, out of 24 states representatives who have come, 18 told what? Then we have to understand whether decision will be taken or not taken. How? Listen. When center told yes, how much is done? 1/3 is done, which is nothing but 33.33%. Here, 24 came, 18 told yes. Correct, no? Speak out. So here, the percentage how we will calculate is 2/3 into 18 by 24. Why 2/3? Because their total weight is 2/3 only. Their total weight is 2/3 only. So 2/3 into 18 by 24, which comes to 36 by 72, which comes to 50%. Now 50 plus 33.33 total, 50 only? Tell me. 83 point? Resolution is passed. You are getting my point? Imagine 24 states attended, 12 told yes. How will you calculate? 2 by 3 into 12 by 24, which comes to 24 by 72, which comes to 1 by 3, which is 33.33. 33.33 plus 33.33, 66.67. But to pass resolution, we want 75%. How much is done? Only 66.66. Resolution is not passed. Because for resolution to be passed, 75% should come. And center weight is 1/3. All states together, 2/3. But to pass resolution, there should be 3/4 majority. 75%, exactly. Here, 33.33. Here, 66.67. Resolution, 75%. You understood? Small possibility question may come. Clarity is important. Come on, friends. What is? Yeah, bits. Only bits, obviously. What else will come? Multiple choice questions only, no? Fill in the blanks only, no? Exactly. Tell me guys, what is center weight? 1/3. State weight? To pass resolution? 3/4 majority. That's very clear. So I'll ask you one question. Imagine for some decision, center told no. All states told yes. Will it be passed? For some decision, all states told no. Center told yes. So independently they can't take decision. If decision has to come, both of them should join the hands, and there should be 75% majority. Nice concept. Interesting, important. And let me tell you, this concept of GST Council, whatever we discussed so far, is all given by Article 279A of the Constitution. Come on, take this. Important. Important, please take it. Come on, last 1 minute. Finish writing. Done? Can I proceed? Come on friends, what is center weight? 1/3. All states together? 2/3. But to pass resolution there should be 3/4 majority. So that clearly signifies to us that center alone or state alone cannot take a decision. If decision has to be taken, both of them should join the hands. Clear? Good. Just take the small example also. It will be better for you. So that next time you will not get any doubt. How to calculate that weighted. అవుతుంది. So are we done? Everybody, right. Few more small concepts in first topic, then we'll complete that. Basic concepts. That is, my dear friends, an interesting concept. That is, Constitution in its seventh schedule. Constitution which schedule, sir? Seventh schedule has basically given three lists, which you would have heard for sure. Heard this? Union list, state list, concurrent list. In fact, union list contains those matters where power is there with central government. State list, state government. Concurrent list, both. But one point to be noted always, I already told you, prior to GST, there was never a tax in India levied by central and state together. For the first time in the history of India, a tax has come which is levied by central and state together. That is what? GST. Are we clear with that point, everybody? Good. So friends, is GST applicable to Jammu and Kashmir? Write that point very clearly. It applies to whole of India, including what? Jammu and Kashmir. No doubt about it. And did we discuss that in case of union territories, what we collect? CGST and UTGST. Correct, no? And I already told you that Delhi, Puducherry and all, they are union territories with state legislature. There is CGST, SGST only will come. Clear? Everyone? Good. Put side heading, benefits of GST. Benefits of GST. Number one, uniform rate across the country. Uniform rate across the country. Exactly. Second point, no cascading effect of taxes. No cascading effect of taxes, that is tax on tax, correct, no? That is tax on tax. No, not tax on tax. Basically what happens is, for example, before GST, when we manufacture a product, we paid excise duty. And again, when we sell the product, we used to pay VAT or CST. So technically it was becoming a double tax. That was one problem. And problem number two, when we purchase from other state, we were paying CST. That credit we did not get. Once credit will not come, what will happen? That tax will form part of your cost. And once it becomes cost, again you will collect tax on it. So it's a tax on tax. It's as good as double tax. That is removed through GST. Next. Next, no multiplicity of taxes. No multiplicity. No multiplicity. Before excise duty, custom excise duty, service tax, VAT, CST, luxury tax, entertainment tax, octroi, betting gambling lottery tax, advertisement tax. We discussed, no? All the taxes became one tax called GST. Next, what else do you think? Yeah, that is done. Next, simpler taxation system compared to previous tax regime. Simpler taxation system compared to previous tax regime. Next, seamless flow of credit. Next, write one note. Article 246A. Article 246 capital A. Deals with GST. And Article 246 capital A deals with GST. Okay, and Article 269 capital A. Article 269 capital A deals with IGST. Deals with what, sir? IGST. Full stop. Continue. IGST is levied by central government. IGST is levied by central government and then apportioned with state government. And apportioned with what, sir? State government. Next point. GST came into force on 1st July 2017. But, okay, one extra point is there. GST came into force on 1st July 2017. But in J&K, Jammu and Kashmir, we discussed that, no? But in Jammu and Kashmir, it came into force from 8th July 2017. That is important. Next point. In case of union territories without state legislature, 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 CGST and UTGST is levied. CGST and UTGST is levied. Example, Andaman and Nicobar, Andaman and Nicobar, comma Daman and Diu, exactly. Lakshadweep, good. Andaman and Nicobar, Daman and Diu, comma Lakshadweep. No. Pondicherry has got state legislature, right? Yeah. Andaman and Nicobar, Daman and Diu, Lakshadweep, Dadra and Nagar Haveli. Dadra and Nagar Haveli and Chandigarh. Next point. There are different rates in GST. There are different rates in GST for different products and services. There are different rates in GST for different products and services. Example, zero percent, 0%, 5%, 0, 5, 12, 18 and 28%. Are you clear with this, my dear friends? Yeah? Sir, next, the last point. With that, we'll complete this first topic. Ready? First topic is only basics of GST, but one question will come in exam for sure. Yeah? Listen. So finally, my dear friends, I'm sure most of you know this answer. That is, government has developed one portal known as www.gst.gov.in. In fact, all the activities related to GST, I repeat, all the activities related to GST is done on this portal www.gst.gov.in, which is technically known as common portal. And why do we call it common portal? Because registration, payment of tax, filing of returns, claiming refund, filing appeal, advance ruling, challans, all the activities related to GST is done only and only one portal, gst.gov.in, which is a common portal. And this is managed and controlled by one entity known as GSTN. GST network. GST? Exactly. Next point. For all the activities related to GST, such as registration, payment of tax, registration, payment of tax, filing of returns, claiming refunds, registration, payment of tax, filing of returns, claiming refunds, etc. are done through a common portal, that is www.gst.gov.in. Next point. The above IT infrastructure, information technology only, no? The website. The above IT infrastructure is managed by GST network. GST network, which is a non-government private limited company. Which is a non-government, what sir? Private limited company. Full stop. It is a special purpose vehicle. It is a special purpose vehicle related to IT infrastructure of GST. Related to IT infrastructure of GST. Full stop. The various functions of GST network, are as under number 1, facilitating registration. Next, facilitating payment of tax. Next, forwarding the returns. To central and state authorities. Next, matching of challan payment with the tax liability. Next point, settlement of IGST. Next point, very, very important. Matching of input tax credit. Put a star mark for this. Very, very important concept. Matching of input tax credit. Last point, providing various reports to central or state government. Based on returns filed by taxpayer. Based on returns filed by taxpayer, exactly. So are we getting clarity on this point, everybody? So speak out. So these are the various interesting elements in the first topic of basic concepts, where there is a high possibility that a small or a big question, whatever it is, will trigger in the exam. But are we clear so far? Speak out, friends. Everybody. So what is GST network? It's an IT platform or IT infrastructure or a special purpose vehicle set up for managing the online activity related to GST. Sir, you yourself understand there are crores and crores of taxpayers across the country. They all will file the return, pay the tax, they should do matching and all. For that purpose, information technology support should be so high that everything can be tracked, right? If not, how it will work? It's very important that it is to be tracked properly. For that purpose, they have set up this special purpose vehicle to track all the data. Correct? No, sir. Today's date, most of the people are actually not going to theaters only. I mean, not because of COVID, but because of development of OTT platforms in such a big way. We just sit at home whenever we want. We will open Amazon Prime, Netflix, Sun Next, Z5, whatnot. Disney Plus, Hotstar. So many options are there. How all that has come? Technology. Simple. Now I'll ask you one question, boss. When you open an app, Amazon Prime, you want to play one movie. You open, you click the button play for that movie. Of course, subscription is there, that's why. You played a movie. Is somebody sitting there and playing the movie for you? Where is all the data stored? All the data is stored in the cloud. So cloud doesn't mean literally cloud. Cloud means the data storage. It's online data which has been stored, and the moment you click the button, you can access the content. Technology has gone to such a great extent. We want food, we have Swiggy. We want haircut, we have Urban Company. So many options are there. So many offers are there. Technology is so developed. Friends, clear? Everyone? Simple. Technology is so developed that at any point of time from your phone only you can make payment to anybody. You don't require any debit card, ATM card, or cash in your bank account, cash in your wallet. Bank account mandatory. Correct? No, Google Pay, Phone Pay, that pay, this pay, so many options are there. Only important thing is bank balance. That is mandatory. Credit card. And that is also there. Daily one phone call will come. Sir, do you want credit card? Sir, do you want credit card? Daily one call will come, no? Sir, do you want housing loan? Do you want car loan? As if they are giving free. You should pay, no? One time one boy, one gentleman continuously called 3 days. Sir, credit card, please sir, for me you take sir. Or for you, will I take credit card? I told, for me you pay the bill, I will take. He told, how can you tell that sir? I replied, how can you tell that? Friends? Clear? Done. Let's close with this first topic, the basics of GST or introduction to GST. Clear? Friends, some questions we'll solve. That we'll do after some time. But first, let's me start one of the beautiful, important discussion, excellent discussion. 100% question will come. That is a brilliant topic known as supply. Shall we start? Are we ready? Good. First, I'll ask you one question. You tell me answer for that. Sir, there is one person, Mr. A. Okay? He has got one Pani Puri shop or Pani Puri Bandi. Some friends. Okay. Pani Puri shop. My question. Should he pay GST? His wish. Madam, there is nothing called his wish, their wish in GST. Pani Puri is? Pani Puri Bandi registered in GST, has to pay GST. My question is, when should they take registration? Turnover exceeds. Students are stopping at there only. Exceeds. Balance will not tell. Exactly. Some case it is 20 lakhs, some case it is 10 lakhs, some case it is 40 lakhs. Basics would have learnt in CMA Inter. Depth will learn soon. Registration required only when turnover exceeds threshold limit. Don't become emotional. So Pani Puri, why GST, sir? There is nothing like that. Even if it is chai bandi, also pay GST. If turnover exceeds threshold limit. Wow. What limit? Now what is the threshold limit? We'll talk in detail later. Okay? But the general limit is 20 lakhs. Special case we have got 10 lakhs limit. Special case we have got 40 lakhs limit. But general limit is 20 lakhs. Are we clear? Full detail we'll talk when I go to the topic called registration. But the general limit is 20 lakhs. Are we clear with that point? I'll ask you one question. Think properly and tell me. There is one bakery. Wonderful. Karachi bakery. Okay? which is in Telangana state. Okay? They have got branch 1 and they also got branch 2. Branch 1 is in Hyderabad, branch 2 is in Hyderabad. Okay? Friends, next. Branch 3 is in Warangal. So where is Hyderabad? Which state? Telangana. Thank you. Where is Warangal? That is also Telangana only. Don't take it to AP. Okay? Telangana only. Now my question to you. Should assume limit is crossed. Assume limit is should they take separate registration for every branch? Question number 2. Somebody is telling. First give answer, sir. Wait, sir. Same Karachi bakery. Which is in 2 places. Branch 1, Hyderabad. Branch 2, Vizag. Where is Vizag? Exactly. Same question repeat. Should they take separate registration? Speak out. Now one beautiful concept what we have to always keep in mind, which I am sure most of you sitting here know this concept, that is, my dear friends, under income tax we get only one registration, and that registration whenever we get the registration income tax, we get one number called PAN, which stands for permanent account number. Don't tell PAN, it is PAN. It's not sweet PAN. It is PAN. Wow, permanent account number. How many digits? Some friends are giving horrible answer. Depends upon type of person. Hello? How many digits? 10. Seriously? Think properly. 10 or 11. Calculate. Some are writing their PAN and counting. And some friends are taking PAN card from pocket. Fantastic. Answer is 10 only. Correct answer. It's a 10-digit alphanumeric code. It is not all numbers, all alphabets. It is alphanumeric code. And the 4th letter of the PAN represents type of person. Individual will have P. Company will have C. Firm will have F. And 5th letter represents surname first letter. If you want to check. 5th letter represents surname first letter. Some of them. Oh, wow. Yeah. Come on. PAN is how many digit code? 10-digit alphanumeric code. And that is what we get in income tax. And in income tax, it's a very clear principle that you can't have more than one PAN. You'll obviously have only one PAN for entire India as such. Can Shivateja take one PAN in Telangana, one PAN in AP, one PAN in Punjab, one PAN in Kolkata, one PAN in Jammu and Kashmir? Can I take like that? It's only one PAN for entire India. But under GST, story is different. GST law, they told separate state, separate registration is mandatory. Under GST law, registration should be taken state-wise but not centralized. You cannot tell, I will take one registration, entire country I will manage. You can't do like that. For every state, separate registration is mandatory. And let me tell you, companies like Tata, Reliance, they have got registration in all the states in India. Because in all states they have got business. Correct, no? Are we clear? Good. Second question we got answer. First question answer is pending. Should they take separate registration for every branch? Not mandatory. Optional. Oh. If they want to take, can they take? Excellent. Very good answer. They told in law it is not mandatory, but it is optional. They told in one state, I repeat, in one state, if you have got multiple place of business, what is the language you are telling, sir? In one state, if you have got multiple place of business, separate registration is not mandatory, but it is optional. If you want to take, you can take. So I repeat, my dear friends, in one state, separate registration is not mandatory. It is optional. If you want to take, we can take. That point is very clear. Friends, understanding? In one state, separate registration is not mandatory. It is purely optional. If you want to take, we can take. Clear? But one point I'll tell you always, keep in mind. There is something called GST number is different, but PAN is same. For example, Shivateja has got only one PAN for entire India. In Telangana, if I am doing business, I will take registration in Telangana. If I also do business in AP, for AP I will take separate registration. Correct, no friends? Mandatory or optional? Mandatory. Because separate state, separate registration is mandatory. So I will take registration in Telangana also, registration in AP also. My PAN is same, but GST number is different. In that case, they are called as distinct persons. What do we call them? Distinct person is those cases where PAN is same, but GST number is different. PAN is same, but GST number is different. Then we call them as distinct persons. Now, why this concept is important? Listen carefully. Something important, please listen. Then we'll start supply. What is that? Listen. Sir, imagine in Vizag, Karachi bakery, there is a shortage of biscuits. Biscuit stock is coming down because customers are buying, eating. So there is shortage of biscuits. Vizag branch called Hyderabad branch. Hello, we require cashew biscuits. Send 500 boxes from Hyderabad to Vizag. So now my question to you: is Hyderabad branch selling the biscuits to Vizag branch? What is it they are doing actually? Stock transfer. Fantastic answer. It is clearly a stock transfer from one branch to other branch. This branch also I am the owner. That branch also I am the owner. For this branch I am the owner. For this branch I am the owner. From one branch to other branch I am doing a stock transfer. That's all. What I am doing is very clearly a stock transfer. But law clarified, it is still supply. Under GST law, we don't use the word purchase and sale. The only word is supply. And supply is wide enough to cover even the transaction of stock transfer. Supply word is a very dangerous word. Now I'll tell one line, remember always, any transaction, GST will apply only if it is supply. If it is supply, GST will apply. If it is not a supply, GST will not apply. To apply, it should be supply. If it is supply, it will apply. I hope we are clear. Speak out. So the supply word is wide enough to cover even the transactions of stock transfer. So we need to understand in detail what is the definition of this fantastic word called supply, which is beautifully defined by a brilliant section known as Section 7 of CGST Act. And high possibility where there are section number also. Because supply definition is so important. Are we clear? What is that we are starting now, my dear friends? Supply. Very, very important, dealt by Section 7 of CGST Act. Come on, put the heading, supply, Section 7 of CGST Act. Today, let us complete some important aspects in the supply. We cannot complete entire supply concepts, but major parts will complete today's class. Balance will take for later. Next class, okay? Now, Section 7, my dear friends, listen. 7 is divided into 7.1, 7.1a, 7.2, 7.3. That's why I told today we can't complete everything. It will take some time. And 7.1 is further divided into 7.1a, 7.1b, 7.1c. So 7.1 is divided into 7.1a, 7.1b, 7.1c. Then we have got 7.1a also, 7.2 also, 7.3 also. So much depth is there in subject. It will take some sweet time to learn. Shall we start? Today let's complete first 7.1a. I'm not talking about 7.1a. I'm talking about 7.1a. Section 7, subsection 1, clause A. Very good. Section is divided into subsection. They are divided into clause. Okay, na? Section 7, subsection 1, clause A. So we're talking about 7.1a. Are we ready? Let's start the discussion. Seven 1a, which says that supply includes all forms of supply of goods or services or both, such as sale, transfer, barter, exchange, license, rental, lease, or disposal made or agreed to be made for a consideration by a person in course or furtherance of business. Friends, so much depth is there in this language. This one paragraph will take 15 minutes to learn. 1.5. Because so much depth is there. Come on friends, tell me, supply includes what? All forms of supply of goods or services or both, such as sale, transfer, barter, exchange, license, rental, lease, or disposal, made or agreed to be made for a consideration by a person in the course or furtherance of business. Come on, one more time. Supply includes all forms of supply of goods or services or both, such as sale, transfer, barter, exchange, license, rental, lease, or disposal, made or agreed to be made for a consideration by a person in the course or furtherance of business. Or clear? What clear? Every word we have to understand there. Come on, my dear friends. Supply includes what? All forms of, that means what? All types of supply of goods or, hold on, supply includes all forms, all types of supply of what? Goods. What is goods? Is laptop a good? Is fan goods? AC goods? Shivateja? Some friends, Ori, what is it? I'm not a goods here, come on. Shivateja, yeah. What is goods? Movable property. Wow. Good, good. Some friends are giving answer. So they specified that goods cover every kind of movable property other than what, yeah? Crazy answers are coming. I thought you will tell the perfect answer. So let me tell you, this word goods is defined by section 252, which specifies that goods cover every kind of movable property. Every kind of but does not include money and but includes actionable claims. Actionable claims are covered in the definition of goods. But includes what, sir? Actionable claims. Comma. Now special word. Growing crops. Growing crops and things attached to land. Wow, very good. Which are severed or agreed to be severed. No. Agreed to be severed before supply or under contract of supply. Sir, one point remember, definitions we are writing so nicely, but to understand the definition, that is important. Come on, supply definition is what? 7.1a, supply includes all forms of supply of goods. Wait. We are still in goods only. Hold on. What is goods? Goods cover what? Every kind of movable property. Come on, see and tell. Every kind of movable property. So, is land covered? Land movable? Every kind of movable property. That means all types of movable property are covered in goods. But does not include what? Money and? Hold on. What is money? Sir, let me tell you, this word money is defined in the law in one section called 275, which says that money covers every form of currency, including foreign currency, traveler's check, pay orders, debit card. Everything is covered in currency. Everything is covered in money. But money does not cover currency held for numismatic value. Money does not cover currency held for what value, sir? Numismatic value. Currency held for its numismatic value. Sir, do you remember this note? 10 rupees note. Wow. I am enlightened. Sir, this is one old 10 rupees note. In fact, now if I give this in the market, this won't work. They don't take because this is not a legal tender. Sir, if they might take also, I am not sure. But now I will show you some note which they will pakka not take in the market. So 2000 rupees note, why they will not take, sir? Remember this note? Do you remember this note? Long ago, before 2016, 8th of November, this was very popular, fantastic notes. We had 500 notes, we had 1000 notes. Remember all that, sir? Now, can I go to one shop, buy items for 500, give this note and come outside? Tissue paper also it will not work properly. Perfect answer. Because this is only one currency which is not a legal tender. But this is a currency held for what value? Numismatic value. What happens is, after 10 years, this note I can sell in the market. People will buy. Who will buy? People who are mad and crazy about old notes collection. That is called numismatic value. Speak out. Now I'll ask you one question, think properly and tell. One old 500 rupees note, I just shown you that. Speak out. Is it money? Is it money? No. Is it covered in goods? Yes. Will GST apply? Yes. So please understand, goods does not cover money. Money does not cover currency held for numismatic value. So this old 500 rupees note is not covered in money. If it is not covered in money, it becomes goods. If it becomes goods, GST will apply. So tomorrow in future, if I sell that old note, I should pay GST. Because it is not a money. Once it is not money, it becomes goods. Because it is every kind of movable property. Understood? So depth. Are we clear? Speak out. Money covers what? Every form of currency, every type of currency, but does not cover currency held for its numismatic value. Numismatic? Very good. Come on. So goods cover every kind of movable property, but does not include money and securities. What is securities? Section 101 defines what is securities. It specifies that security covers all types of security as per Securities Act, which is shares, debentures, bonds, derivatives, everything is covered in securities. That is why practically what happens is that whenever we buy and sell the shares on the stock market, we never and ever pay GST. But there is some tax called securities transaction tax, which we pay when we buy or sell shares on stock market. Are we clear, friends? Come on, let's define goods. Goods cover what? Every kind of movable property, but does not include money and securities, but includes. So actionable claims is covered in definition of goods. What is actionable claim? Sir, every concept has section number. I will tell, no doubt. What is actionable claim? What is an actionable claim? Some friends' reaction. Sir, we know, but we can't tell. Yes. Sir, I'll ask you one question. You tell me the answer. You purchase one lottery ticket. Okay? Lottery ticket you purchased. And one fine day, lottery box opened and your number has come. Lottery prize 1 crore. You went to the lottery shop owner and told, give me my 1 crore. He told, who are you? Will you keep quiet? You got lottery ticket, you got lottery prize 1 crore, but he is not paying you. Will you keep quiet? Speak out. Where will you go? Will you give him left and right? What will you do? What will you do? Sir, you got the lottery, he is not paying you money. What will you do? Nothing you will do? Ignore and pray to God and go and sleep? Yes, sir. You will file a case, exactly. You will file a case in the court of law. Technically, it is a claim which has been actioned in the court of law. A claim which can be actioned in the court of law is known as an actionable claim. An unsecured debt, it is not a secured debt. If it's a secured debt, you will take the property. So secured and unsecured difference is there, no? When we go to a bank and take a housing loan, he will keep our property documents with him. If we don't repay, he will sell the property and recover. That is a secured debt. Secured debt problem is not there. Why to go to case, file a complaint and all? Sell the property. But an unsecured debt which can be enforced in the court of law, an unsecured debt which can be enforced in the court of law is known as an actionable claim. Clear? Example, lottery ticket, betting, or any gambling, or one more example, bills of exchange, promissory note. Sir, if we give loan to somebody, we'll take promissory note from them. If they don't repay loan, why will I keep quiet? I will go and file a case. It's an unsecured debt. 10 lakhs I gave to somebody. He gave promissory note. I promise to repay you 10 lakhs at so and so date, so and so time, so and so place. 1 rupee also did not come. Why will I keep quiet? I'll file a case. But the problem in India is, I filed a case, but that fellow is not visible, or that fellow is not having 1 rupee also. What can we do? Gone is gone. The only option for us is Ante. So are we clear? Let's continue. Goods cover what? Every, come on, tell properly, be active. What young people, all young people, active people, come on, don't be so dull. Be active. Some friends are sleeping, relaxing. Come on, be active. Goods cover what? Every kind of movable property, but does not include money and securities, but includes actionable claims. Growing crops. What are growing crops? Wonderful. Plants. Chetlu. Mokkalu. Wonderful. Growing crops. Paid. Paudhe. Growing crops and things attached to land which are severed. Severed means cut. Chopped. Correct, my friends? Logical common sense. If there is a tree which is fixed to the land, along with land you sell, it becomes immobile property. But once you cut a tree, it becomes a goods, movable property. Growing crops and things attached to land which are severed, cut before supply or under contract of supply. Are we getting clarity? Come on, friends, what is goods definition? Goods cover every kind of movable property other than money and securities, but includes actionable claims, growing crops or things attached to land which are severed or agreed to be severed before supply. That's it. Only one part of story is done. Come on, what is supply definition? Supply includes all forms of supply of goods or services or both. Wait, what is services? Services is defined by section 2(102). Some friends, wow, so many section numbers, sir. Yes, sir. Final students, sir. Top people you are all. Services. Services means anything other than goods, money and securities. So money and securities is not covered in goods, not covered in securities. Not covered in goods, not covered in services. When it is not covered in goods, not covered in services, question of GST will not arise. Clear? Speak out. But number one, money changing activity is service. For example, we go to a money exchange broker, give dollars and take rupees. Correct? No? Service. But there should be a consideration. That is also important. If I go to somebody and give 500 rupees note and take 500 rupees notes, is there a consideration? No. Don't have, sir, love and affection. Love and affection is good consideration, but it is not adequate consideration. Wow. Yes. Come on. So money changing activity is what, sir? Service. Second, activity is by share dealer is also a service. So we'll also have some persons who will act as financial advisors, stock exchange dealers, brokers. They charge commission, they charge fees. That is clearly a service. So getting clarity, everybody? So speak out. Friends, what are we dealing with? Which section we are talking about? Section 7. What does section 7 talk about? Supply. We are talking about section 7(1)(a). 7(1)(a), which talks about supply includes all forms of supply of goods or services or both. We have discussed what is goods, we have discussed what is service. Supply includes all forms of supply of goods or services or both, such as, sale, transfer. Friends, what is sale? Sale ante? Some friends, sale means sale. Okay, what is transfer? Transfer. Sir, simple logic, sir. Sale is a case where transfer of right is given along with transfer of ownership. Transfer is a case where right is given, ownership is not given. For example, when you book Ola or Uber cab, will you tell that fellow, leave the car and go? You are only taking service, that's all. You have to use it and give it back. It's not permanent. First, at the end of the class, can I tell, I will take this camera and go? That camera is given to Shivateja for use, not for sale. It is a transfer, not a sale. Friends, understanding? Sale, transfer. Next, barter. What is barter? Exchange. Ankunna. Then what is exchange? Sir, there are two words there, barter and word exchange. Both are not same. Adi pakka. If both are same, we will not write both. What is the difference? Perfect answer. In barter, there is no monetary consideration. But in exchange, there is a monetary consideration. When we go to cell phone shop, we give our old phone and buy a new phone. That is called exchange. That is not barter. Understanding? Come on. Supply includes what? All forms of supply of goods or services or both, such as sale, transfer, barter, exchange. License. What is license? Permission to use, a right to use. Then rental, lease. Generally for short term we use the word rent, long term we use the word lease. Good. Sale, transfer, barter, exchange, license, rental, lease. Or what? Disposal is something like selling as scrap. So what? Still pay GST. Made or agreed to be made. That means what? Done or to be done in future. Contract is signed. For what, sir? Consideration. What is consideration? Simple answer for consideration is something in return, which could be monetary form or non-monetary form. But technical definition is something different. Forbearance to act. Lot of big words are there in consideration definition. Sorry, sir? Anything done or to be done. So many big words are there, but general meaning is what? Something in return. Consideration. By a person. Who is a person? They define this word person under section 284, where they told person covers individual, HUF, company, firm, AOP, BOI, government. Everybody is covered in definition of person. And consideration is defined by section 231. General meaning, something in return. Come on, till where we are done? By a person. Chalo guys, repeat again. Supply includes all forms of supply of goods or services or both, such as sale, transfer, barter, exchange, license, rental, lease or disposal. Made or agreed to be made for a consideration by a person. Hold on. In the course or furtherance of business. Friends, what is difference between the word course of business, furtherance of business? Course is something like doing what you are doing. Furtherance is something like an expansion. Course or furtherance of business. And business also covers profession. Don't worry. Clear? Now I'll ask one question. Think properly and tell. Yeah? Shivateja has got one gold chain. I thought this gold chain became old. Let me buy a new gold chain. I will go to the shop, but I'll not buy a new chain. I'll exchange this old chain. Balance I'll give cash and take a new gold chain. Exchange is covered, no? Good. I went to the shop. Okay? Let's say I went to Lalita Jewelers. Exactly. Lalita Jewelers. Exactly. So I went to Lalita Jewelers and I exchanged my old gold chain to take a new gold chain. Now tell me, from Shivateja's point of view, tell me, is it supply? Speak out. Speak out. This question came in exam. And many students wrote yes, yes, yes. Nonsense answer. Answer is no. Because from Shivateja's point of view, it is exchange, but it is not in the course or furtherance of business. It is not in the course of furtherance of business. But from Lalita Jewelers' point of view, it is supply. Because it is in the course or furtherance of business. That is why I clearly told from Shivateja's point of view, from Lalita Joyer's point of view, 100% it is supply. But from my point of view, it is not a supply. Because from my point of view, it is exchange. It is exchange, but it is not in the course or furtherance of business. That word is important, in the course or furtherance of business. Are we getting clarity? Speak out. I'll ask you next question. One day, one fine day, I brought chocolates and I gave to all of you. Soon, don't worry. Yeah? To all of you I gave chocolates. Is it supply? Speak out. No, why? There is no consideration. And it is not in the course of furtherance of business. Speak out. Everybody. Next question. Shivateja went to one temple and I donated 10,000 to that temple. I took one receipt also. Sir, if you put in hundi, receipt will not come outside. But we can go to donation counter and pay, no? There they'll give a receipt, no sir? Practically, let me tell you why we take a receipt, because in income tax we have a section called 80G for donations. There we get deduction only if we have a receipt and proof. If you put in hundi, deduction will not come. Shivateja thought I will take deduction also. So I went to temple, donated 10,000. Donated 10,000. And they felt so happy. At the entrance of temple, they put up one board. Donor, Shivateja, 10,000 rupees, 10,116 donated by Shivateja. They put my name also. Is that possible? A lot of times we see that, no? Is this transaction a supply? Speak out, sir. Answer is no. Because Shivateja is not getting any consideration by donating that 10,000. Clear, no? But imagine if I tell them, I will give you 10,000, but there you display donated by Shivateja, put my photo, write that Shivateja tax classes, below write my phone number also. Is it supply? Yes. Because it is as good as I have taken advertising service from them. It is as good as I have taken what? Advertising service from them. Please understanding everybody? Speak out. So if they put my name out of love and affection, telling, wow, Shivateja, so sweet person. Example, yeah. So they put my name 10,000, Shivateja donated. Is it supply? No. But if I tell them what to do and do advertisement which gets me indirect benefit, is it supply? Speak out. Exactly. Are we clear so far? Take this point, very, very important. I want to write this paragraph. Please write this paragraph. Already wrote? Very good. Come on. Supply definition is what? Supply includes all forms of supply of goods or services or both, such as sale, transfer, barter, exchange, license, rental, lease or disposal. Made, agree to be made for a consideration by a person in the course or furtherance of business. Full clarity? Imagine they ask the same question. Full marks should come. Clear, no? Pakka? Today, let's complete 7.1b also. Small point. Are we ready? Sir? We are done with 7.1a. Let's talk about 7.1. Small point. Come on. Which section? 7.1b. Which talks about import of services is covered here. Goods is not covered because goods is given by customs. Logic. Import of services for a consideration is there here also. For a consideration. Whether or not in course or furtherance of business. It is not carry forward, course or furtherance of business. Clear, no? What does that mean? For example, sir, do we know Amazon Prime? AHA, ZEE5? Next, I'll ask you one question. Do we know Netflix? Netflix. And do you agree that Netflix price is high compared to other OTT platforms? The reason for that is very clear, because Netflix is sitting outside India. International. We get a lot of Hollywood movies, so many action films, which we can't see in other OTT platforms. For that reason, Netflix is high. Now, Shiva Teja is sitting in India. Shiva Teja is sitting in India. I want to access Netflix. Okay? And I've taken service from them. For that, I paid money. Netflix is sitting outside India. Shiva Teja is sitting in India. It is import of service. And I paid money not for my business use, but for my personal entertainment. To watch Hollywood action films. Is it a supply? Is it supply? Yes. Because they clearly told whether or not in the course or furtherance of business. So from Shiva Teja's point of view, I have taken for personal use. Still it is a supply. Because import of services for a consideration. Import of service for a consideration, whether or not in the course or furtherance of business. Come on friends, what is 7.1b? Import of services for a consideration, whether or not in course or furtherance of business. That is still regarded as supply. Are we clear with this? Everyone? Paka. Last point, I will tell heading, but detail we'll talk later. 7.1c. Very important. Heading I'll write today. Transactions regarded as supply, even though there is no consideration. So if you look at 7.1a, consideration is there. If you look at 7.1b, consideration is there. But we are talking about dangerous cases where it is supply even though there is no consideration. That means what, my dear friend? Money is not there but still pay GST. Consideration is not there but still pay GST. So dangerous, no? When money comes only, we cry to pay GST. When money comes only, we cry to pay GST. We are talking about those cases where money is not coming but still pay GST. So horrible. Transactions regarded as supply even though there is no consideration but still pay GST. Such a crazy concept which we need to understand in detail. Are we clear, friends? So speak out. That's it. I'll stop here. Balance will take for tomorrow. And next discussion we'll complete this 7.1c, and we'll also discuss a lot of questions also on supply. Very, very important. And almost every time question is coming in exam on supply. Of course, we'll also talk about composite supply, mixed supply. Lot more points are there to talk, but question will come for sure. Clear, no? Thank you.